In the beginning, silence. Not room filling, soul filling. Deep enough to hear your thoughts echo, like something watching from within. Most people think their thoughts belong to them. But you learned the truth early. Your mind isn't a voice, it's a visitor. A quiet traveler from a place where every fear you've ever buried is alive, and every dream you've ever had is unfinished. It speaks to you sometimes, in the space between breaths. A whisper that doesn't come from your head, but from the corner of a dimension you can't quite see. A place folded between memory and nightmare. It tells you what you want. It shows you what you fear. It pulls your hopes apart and rearranges them like pieces of a puzzle you never agreed to solve. One night, it stepped closer. Not with footsteps, with presence. A pressure behind your thoughts, as if something ancient had finally leaned in and pressed its forehead against yours. And then you heard it clearly. Not as imagination, but as a second consciousness breathing inside your skull. It didn't threaten you. It didn't comfort you.
It simply said, "I have always been here."
You asked what it was. A demon? A guardian? A hallucination? It only answered with a feeling, like falling without moving, like stepping through yourself. Because it isn't separate from you. And it isn't you either. It's the part of your mind that looks at every fear and decides if it will break you or shape you. The part that remembers the dreams you tried to forget. The part that knows the version of you you're too afraid to become. As you listened, reality around you began to thin. Not cracking open, but unraveling gently, like a veil slipping from the face of a world you were never meant to see. You realized then, your mind didn't come from this place. Your thoughts were never trapped inside you. They were gateways, bridges to something larger, older, and endlessly patient. It showed you your darkest fears, not to torment you, but to remind you what still controls you. It showed you your dreams, not to comfort you, but to reveal what you're still running from.
I am the part of you that walks dimensions. I am the shadow that watches your choices. I am your fear, your hunger, your brilliance, your ruin.
You wanted to escape it, but you knew the truth. You cannot outrun what is inside you. When what is inside you comes from somewhere that doesn't understand escape. So you made peace with it, not as an enemy, not as a friend, but as the other half of a being that was never meant to live in only one universe. And now, when you close your eyes, you feel it watching gently from the dark, waiting for the next moment you are quiet enough for it to speak again. Not to scare you, not to save you, but to remind you, you are never alone. You are two voices in one existence, two sides of the same dimension. The question now is, which one will you listen to?